A corporation owned and controlled by Hunter Biden made several direct monthly payments to President Joe Biden beginning in 2018, according to bank records released by the House Oversight Committee today, and according to information that you will not hear on the mainstream media. CNN, hashtag never CNN, garbage network full of garbage people spewing out garbage. I say hashtag never CNN because I don't think you should support anything that CNN does. It's an occupational hazard for me. I'll watch CNN so you don't have to. I'll say it again. I watch CNN so you don't have to. And I'm watching CNN. And CNN is not covering the scandal, the growing scandal within the Biden administration, which I'm fine with, by the way, and I'll tell you why a little bit later on. I mean, suffice it to say that if you imagine for just a moment or two, if the shoe was on the other foot, if it was President Donald J. Trump who had all of this scandal at his feet, how the mainstream media would be covering this. And I think you know your answer, and it doesn't matter what your politics are. You're smart enough, even if you're a liberal Democrat, and I suspect that if you're a liberal Democrat, you're not as smart as the average bear, but you're smart enough to know how the media would be treating this. You know, deep down, you know that the media would be after this and on it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, were this Donald Trump. I mean, my goodness gracious, let's look at the evidence. Joe Biden steadfastly, repeatedly said that he did not know about any of his son's business dealings and would not have done that for a second, that was untoward and that was just a point too far and he would never take that step and it was something that he did not do and he made it a point not to do it and he didn't know about any of his children's business dealings or his brother for that matter. Well, we know that that's a load of malarkey. He had regular telephone calls with his son. He had regular telephone calls with those business partners. He had dinner with them.
If this was Trump, and I say this without any facetiousness or sarcasm, the odds are he would already have been indicted.
Yes. Certainly impeached. And probably convicted. And criminally indicted. Because what we know is that the potential exists that the current president of the United States of America has been corrupted. That he is being used by the Chinese government and potentially other governments as a pawn of the Chinese. Is it any wonder that he kowtows to the Chinese government on a regular basis, considering what they have over him? At least what we believe they have over him. The subpoenaed bank records obtained by National Review, and I'm reading from said saying, reveal Owasco PC established a monthly payment of $1,380 to President Joe Biden beginning in September of 2018. That's obviously before he became president of the United States. The committee says the payments establish a direct benefit Biden received from his family's foreign business dealings, despite his repeated claims that he's never benefited from or been involved with or knew anything about his son's ventures. According to House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer, this wasn't a payment from Hunter Biden's personal account, but an account for his corporation that received payments directly from China. This is a direct chain of events in which Hunter Biden is paid from China, and then he turns some of that money over through the business to Joe Biden.
You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier.
No, sir. Mr. President, this is as close as we have you getting directly paid from China on record as we have seen. This is smoking beyond belief, friends. There is fire here. And if you need any further evidence, watch how far away from this story the mainstream media runs. Comer, for his part, says, at this moment, Hunter Biden is under investigation by the Department of Justice for using Owasco PC for tax evasion and other serious crimes. And Joe Biden was a party to it. Comer says the payments are, quote, part of a pattern revealing Joe Biden knew about, participated in, and benefited from his family's repeated influence peddling schemes. As the Bidens received millions from foreign nationals and companies in China, Russia, Ukraine, Romania, and Kazakhstan. Joe Biden dined with his family's business associates, spoke to them by speakerphone, had coffee with them, attended meetings with them, ultimately received payments that were funded by his family's business dealings. Can someone tell me how this is not as serious as it seems to me? How in the hell has this not broached the waterline or breached the waterline and gotten to the point where it is top of the fold in the New York Times, top of the fold on the Washington Post, and leading the headlines on the alphabet soups, CBS, ABC, NBC, CNN, etc.? Joe Biden received a $40,000 personal check from an account shared by his brother, Jim Biden, and sister-in-law, Sarah Biden, in September of 2017. Last week, the committee released an email from a money bank laundering investigation, or I transposed that, bank money laundering investigation, who expressed serious concern about a transfer of funds from China that ultimately trickled down to the President of the United States. 10% for the big guy, y'all. Liberals have no answer for this. Supporters of the Biden administration have no answer for this. They don't. The only thing they tell you is, oh, this isn't really a scandal, Murphy. Everybody does it. Oh, no, he wasn't in the government at the time that any of this. He most certainly was when all of this started. He was vice president of the United States of America. And it was still going on when he was running for president of the United States of America. And if you don't believe that his dishonesty and has corrupted him to the core, that these business dealings have entangled him with the biggest geopolitical foe on the face of the earth against the United States of America, you're fooling yourselves.
You want to see my temper? Keep going.
Well, I'm going to keep going, Mr. President. I have the receipts. James Comer has the receipts. And it's time that someone in the media held you to account. We're going to do it.